Here with you in this tent revival, and I'm so thankful that God is still working and moving. A lot of things are changing in our world, but aren't you glad there's one thing that hasn't changed? That's Jesus Christ. The Bible says the same yesterday, today, and forever. And I'm so glad of that tonight. And I was thinking about, before I got up here, about how that we mark time by events. And 1978, I believe it was. I didn't start on this, but I guess I'm already into it. And October the 27th, it changed everything in my life. It's when I got married. And I marked time from that time, before that, till after that. And, they tell us that America will never be the same after that terrible event on September the 11th, 2001. But I really believe tonight, right here in this tent revival, that somebody could get changed and God could save them. Yeah. And they could mark time from that time. Oh, yeah. And they could look back if time goes on years from now. So, in a little tent revival in Melber, Kentucky, God saved my soul. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I've never been the same since then. Yeah. Wouldn't that be one? That's the reason we're here. Sure. That's the reason why we're having this tent revival. Yes. It's the reason why we came all the way from Oklahoma. Not really to see our friends, which we love so much, but to see somebody really get saved. Yes. That's what it's all about tonight. And that's what we've been praying for. God would change somebody's life. And I am so glad my folks are here. They kind of sneaked in on us. They was coming through the country, and I'm so glad they're here. They're very wore out. I asked not to be asked to do anything tonight, so we'll honor that. We do appreciate them. And my dad has been preaching 70 years in July. 70 years. And he's been evangelizing and traveling the country, and we certainly appreciate them tonight. Sometimes my wife says something. She might feel like saying something tonight. And sometimes she don't. I've learned if she don't, just leave her alone. Sometimes she does.
Well, I appreciate the Lord. He's been so good to me. And there was so much said and so many songs sung about the blood tonight. And so I'm going to just follow right along with that. And every time I sing this song, I think about a young man that got saved out of our church. He actually comes to our outreach service. And he came on the bus right out of prison, and he had been involved in armed robbery, and when he was very young and served several years in prison, and he's been saved close to 9 years now, I think. And God has just done such a wonderful work in his life. And if you visit our church on Sunday morning and you come out there, he is just such a blessing in that service out there. And he came to Brother Lendell, I can't remember, a year or so ago, and he said, I really would like to get a pardon from the governor if I could, because when you have a felony on your record, you don't have rights as a citizen of the United States. You can't vote, you can't carry arms, there's a lot of things you can't do. And he said, I wish that I could get that taken off my record or get a pardon. He explained the circumstances of the robbery to us. He actually wasn't armed. He just said he had a gun. But because he said that, they charged him with armed robbery. And so we were glad to try to help him. And we wrote letters to the governor and did what we could. And to no avail. His record is still there. But when he came and gave his heart to the Lord, that record was expunged.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And this song says that when you put your past all behind, the blood says you can put your past all behind. Your sin will be covered and your pardon signed.
Yeah, hallelujah. Praise
We don't have to write a letter to the Lord for you.
God.
All you have to do is just come and give it to Him. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful to think that in just one moment's time, one drop of His precious blood, and your sins can be gone.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I just appreciate the Lord. You all, if you know this song, help me. They say they don't know it. You may have wondered from the path you were on, found yourself lonely and lost, a long way from home, and the guilt deep inside said that you have gone too far this time and you can't be forgiven, and there's no need to try, but the blood says you can put your past all behind. Your sins will be covered and your pardon signed. Satan tells you it's hopeless and that you can go back home again, but the Father, He's waiting with arms open wide. The blood says you can. Oh, the blood says you can. Put your past all behind. Your sin will be covered and your pardon signed. Satan tells you it's hopeless and that you can't go back home again, but the Father, He's waiting with arms open wide. The blood says you can. We've all made our choices that became our mistakes. We stood in the ashes of bridges we burned, the pain and heartache. But the blood of Jesus does what nothing else can do. There's a place called forgiveness, and there's room for you. Oh, the blood says you can put your past all behind. Your sin will be covered and your pardon signed. Satan tells you it's hopeless and that you can't go back home again, but the Father, He's waiting with arms open wide. The blood says you can. Oh, the blood says you can. Put your past all behind.